Hello everyone, welcome to my next video on module 4. So in this video we'll see how to copy the objects from one object to another object. In the previous video we have seen the program on how to create a point class and how to create a rectangle class and how to in this particular program we have seen to show the object of one class is made as an attribute for object of another class. Okay, we have seen how we can use objects of one class as an attribute to the object of another class, and also we have seen returning objects from functions to show that how an object can return uh, from function. And also we have seen objects are mutable in the sense what we can change the values of the attributes of objects. Okay, x and y were the coordinates and width and height were the attributes of the rectangle class. So we have tried to change the width and height of the rectangle there, and we have done that. So we can say that objects are mutable. So in this particular video we will see how to copy an object from one to another. So we usually call it as aliasing. So an object will be aliased whenever there an object is assigned to another object of same class. Just direct assignment when we take it is called as aliasing, like p2 equals to p1 as you can see here. So when an object is passed as an argument to a function is also called as one type of aliasing or copying. And the third case, when an object is returned from a function is also a kind of copying. So in this case, in these three cases, in direct assignment and passing to the function and returning from the function, in these three last two cases have been understood from the previous programs whatever I've seen, the point program, rectangle program, fridge program, card program, many programs we have seen. In that we have returned from a function, all those things we have done, so we understood that. So we have to understand what is the first case here. So one example we have taken here, class point. We have taken class point pass, nothing is there inside the class. We have created then object of the point class p1, and p1.x equals to 10 and p1.y equals to 20. We have created object p1 and the two attributes we have taken x and y, and it will be p2 equals to p1, that is direct assignment what I was talking about. So when you print p1 here, the output will be like this: main point or main dot point object at particular address space, as well as when you print p2 it displays the same, in the sense what the memory location what they are referring is same. Okay, both objects p1 and p2 have same physical memory. So from this it is clear that object p2 is an alias for p1, so not a copy of another object p2 is created. P2 just refers, it refers to the same address space as p1 refers, as p1 is using. So p2 and p1 are same. So if you try to check for equality, p1 is p2 will also return true, and p1 equals to p2 also returns true. Okay, so for this we need to copy, but what happens here, aliasing is not good always, because what happens, sometimes we may need to create a new object using an existing object, such that a new object should have a different physical memory, but it must have a same attributes, means the values as that of the existing object. So how it could be, should be like they should have a different physical memory locations, that is what I mean to say. So that is not always possible. Okay, so we need to copy of an object but not an alias. To do this, what we have to do, Python provides a module called as copy. So just we have to use the copy method and a method called copy inside the copy module. Consider the below example. This example is taken here, class point was p1 point, we have done the same thing, just we are importing a copy here module. It is a copy module here. So p3 equals to copy dot copy of p1. So don't get confused here. Copy is a module and this copy is a function. Okay, we are using the copy function of a copy module. So copy dot copy of p1. So it is copied. Now p1 is copied to p3. So now if you print p1 is different, and if you print p3 it is different. Let me show you it with an example. Okay, we are using idle here, as you know. I will just open one file which already we have. Okay, aliasing we have created. Fine, this is the program what we have done. So p1 object we have created of the point, x and y are the attributes, p2 equals to point, p2 equals to p1, that already we have done. Okay, we have already seen this. Here we have imported a copy module, and copy dot copy we have used for p3. So if you print p1 p2, as I said in the previous slide, it is the same address space, but when you print p3 it is a different address space because we have copied it. Okay, also we have checked for the equality if p1 is p3 and if p1 equals to p3. Okay, let us try to execute this. Run. Okay, you can see this. Okay, for first when you printed p1 and p2, they are referring to the same address space, but p3 is referring to a different address space. And you can also see if p1 is p3, so this is false. p1 is p3 is false because they are not referring to the same address space. Similarly, p1 equals to p3 is also false. Okay, so that is what I said, copying and aliasing are different here. So if you just if you go for a direct assignment, it is just aliasing, and if you want to copy a different physical memory, you just need to use the copy module and the copy function. Okay, the copy method of copy module duplicates the object. Content of one object is copied into another object, as you have seen, but when an object itself is an attribute inside another object, the duplication will result in a strange manner. For example, try to copy rectangle object. We have already created a rectangle class, point class, in the previous videos. We need to go through that. So we have to copy the rectangle object like this. Okay, here we have imported a copy here. Class point is there, class rectangle is there. So just observe here, box 1 is rectangle, box 1 dot corner is point. Just observe these things, these are important. Box 1 is an object of the rectangle, box 1 dot corner is the object of point. Box 1 dot corner is object of point, so corner is object of point. Box 1 dot width we have assigned some value, and height, and similarly for x and y. So these x and y are nothing but what? These are the attributes of the corner. These are attributes of the corner. Okay, in turn corner is an attribute of box 1. Okay, so box 2 equals to copy dot copy. Box 1 we have done here, we have copied it, not aliased, we have copied it. So when you try to find box 1 is box 2, it returns false because box 1 and box 2 are different. Okay, you can see here box 1 and box 2 are different here in this particular case, so it returns false. But when you try to print box 1 dot corner is box 2 dot corner, it returns true. Why it also has to return false if box 1 and box 2 are different objects? Why they are different is corner here is another object which is again referring to the same memory location as that of box 2 dot corner, so they are same. Again they are referring to the same physical memory location, they are not referring to the different one. So we can show that with the one diagram here. So this is box 1 and this is box 2, and this is our point object, that is corner. This is corner object. So in box 1 also we have corner, and box 2 also we have corner. They are copied here, all the attributes are copied to box 2. but these both corner objects in box 1 and box 2 are referring to the same memory location of the point class. So such type of copying is called as shallow copy. Okay. So now attributes width, height for two objects are independent, whereas the attribute corner is shared by both objects, so it has returned a true there. So we don't want this to happen. Whenever we create duplicate objects, then we have to go for another method of the Python, that is deep copy. We have to deep copy the object with another object. For example, here box 3 equals to copy dot deep copy box 1. Now if you print box 1 is box 3, it returns false. Similarly, box 1 dot corner, box 3 dot corner returns also false. So deep copy function is used if you want to copy everything, inner objects, all those things. If you want to copy them completely, then you have to use the deep copy function. Okay. In the previous examples of point and rectangle, we have not taken any object attribute initialization. We have not initialized any attributes. So initialization method we have seen in some examples, but point and rectangle we have not taken that particular function. So any class we define, it is better to use the init function inside it, so that will initialize the attributes of the class. Say for example, we have taken an initialization function here, class point, define init function. These are two underscores before init, two underscores, after init two underscores, then parenthesis. The self is nothing but invoking object, it refers to the invoking object. So x equals to 0, y equals to 0, just assign a default value. Then you can assign the values passed by the particular function here. That is, when you create an object, then you can pass the values. Then instances as parameters. Okay, we can also pass the objects as instances, nothing but object here. We can also pass the object as parameter to the function here. So we can see here, define print point self comma p. This p is nothing but object of the point, object of the class point. So here print percentage str of p dot x, str of p dot y. So we can also, this is just to say that we can also pass the instance as a parameter. Okay, at the last point we will discuss what kind of error we may get when we are dealing with the classes and objects. We may encounter different types of errors. For example, if you try to access an attribute which is not there for the object, we will get the attribute error. Already we have seen many times in the examples. In this example we have taken here p is point, x and y are two attributes of p, but we have tried to print z here, so we will get the attribute error for z. And if you want to avoid this particular errors, you just need to enclose this code within the try and except it, as just we have done here. Try z equals to p dot x, except attribute error z equals to 0. Just it will assign a 0 to the particular variable. If it is not available, it will be skipped, just assigns a 0 and execution of the program will continue. So when we are not sure which type of object it is, then we can use the type. If you don't know what type of object you are using, then you can use the type in between the programs, type function in between the program. Another method is there, isInstance, that helps to check whether an object is an instance of a particular class. Okay, just you have to mention the class, the object name comma class name as a parameter. IsInstance box 1 is object of a rectangle. You have to check this, then it returns a true. If this particular object is of the object of this class, returns true, otherwise returns false. Another function we have has attribute to check whether an attribute is of a particular object. For example, here we have taken has attribute, box 1 is the instance here or object, and width is the object of the attribute of the box 1 object. So if it is of this particular object, then returns true, otherwise returns false. So uh, okay, so you can see here, if it is integer you need not to mention in double quotes, if it is string you have to mention in double quotes. Okay, so that is the end of the classes and objects chapter in the fourth module. So in the next video we will come up with the second chapter, that is classes and functions of the fourth module.